Yeah, keep it moving.
Why not? Why would I?
All right,
Why
stay
would
here.
I? Why
Stay
would
here.
I?
Stay here like a
Why
dog.
would I?
Stay here.
Yeah, I
Like,
stay here.
yeah, you're my dog.
I stay here.
This is my Romanian dog. Don't touch
He
me.
my bro.
Bugging out.
He my bro.
Keep your hands off me.
Yo, he
I'll break your jaw.
He bugging.
Yeah, I'm bugging. You tripping.
bugging.
You got me fucked up.
Oh, you wanna smack me?
I will. Yeah, I will. Yeah.
Oh, do it.
Get out my face.
That's all you gonna do.
Yeah, what
and
you
I
do?
get the money off you.
Please, you broke. You're not getting no money. Go to the dentist. Your teeth look ugly. What? What you want to say?
You don't know how this fucking country works.
Yeah, I
bitch.
do know how this fucking... Back up. In my face. You bugging out. Back up. Are you bugging?
Ce-ai făcut? De ce ai făcut asta? De ce ai făcut asta? De ce? Și voi românilor vă uitați la el? Eu acum am...
Call the police. Call the police. Okay, first, I want to give all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, for allowing me to make this video. Yahweh being the name of the Most High, our Heavenly Father, right? Bahashem meaning in the name of, and Yahweh Shai, who is his only begotten Son, the Messiah, the Savior of Israel, right? Who died for our sins, not the entire world, right? But the world ignorantly calls him Jesus Christ. And his people being the Israelites, right? The Israelites today are Black, Hispanic, Native American, and Latinos, and we're the true biblical Hebrew Israelites. Now, this video is going to be a long one, but I was scrolling online, and as you've seen, you know, in the first clip, well, the only clip, that, you know, this happened in Romania. I'm assuming it's the Edomite man. You know, I'm not too sure. It might be, you know, because, you know, Romania isn't a race, right? But he got his ass beat, right? By this, I'm assuming, Israelite man, right? White on black, right? Oreo right there. Nah, actually, you'll need two blacks to make a Oreo. But, yeah, nonetheless, yeah, he got his ass beat, you know, walking up on him and shit. And he got beat up for it. And I go in the comments, right? And it, keep in mind, it was really satisfying to enjoy, you know. He got his ass whooped, you know. You fucking with people for no reason, right? What you expect is going to happen, right? And I look at the comments, and I got this interesting comment here that says, now one person stopped when he was harassing a guy with a cowboy hat. But as soon as he got exactly what he deserved, everyone stops. Man, we are literally hated and singled out all around the world, right? And the first verse that popped into my head, well, the first chapter, to be specific, is Deuteronomy, because that's exactly what this comment is talking about, right? Like, she probably doesn't know, you know, about Deuteronomy. Maybe she knows, maybe she doesn't. But to me, it rung a bell, because that's literally one of the curses, right? One of our curses for disobedience. We moved the Most High to wrath, so we were sold to enemies, right? Right? It's really that simple. And we have here the curses, right, that I found a while back when I first got into this truth, right? As we see here, we see slavery, captivity, right? Having no power to stand against our enemies. 3, sent back to Mitzrayim, Egypt, again by ships. Now, Egypt means not literal Egypt. It means bondage. It's represented for bondage. That word Egypt is synonymous with bondage. And when we go to Exodus 20 and 2, right, the top right here, we see that, right? I am Yahweh, thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, right? Wait for it. Out of the house of bondage, right? So yeah, it's not literal Egypt. And it's funny enough too, because when we left Egypt, right, you know, reincarnation is a real thing. None of us are new under the sun. Ecclesiastes 1:9, right? What happened? We were saying that we wanted to go back to Egypt, right? We missed, like, yes, it was harsh labor, but we missed it, right? And, you know, it's just foolishness, right? Foolishness. But anyways, Going to 4, right? Exiled in the land of their enemies. I'm in the land of my enemy right now. I'm making this fucking video, right? But according to Baruch 2:30, you know, in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. And, you know, us black, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Latinos are the biblical Hebrew Israelites, right? And if you don't believe that, then even I'll show you proof, right? Right? Go to my first video, and you look at this shit, and you still say no, then fuck off, you know? It don't matter what you think, right? It's about what the scriptures say. Anyway, 5, scattered among all nations, a very sick and disease-stricken people at the bottom socially with other races high above them, right? I'm surprised that that Romanian content creator and the black guy, Israelite man, right? Assuming, not too sure. I'm assuming, I'm surprised that, you know, actually, no, I'm not really surprised, but I'm kind of am surprised because there'd be a lot of cases where you defend yourself rightfully and it's on camera and you still get sent to jail, right? But, you know, who knows what happened to that brother, right? Who knows? Lost true knowledge of who they are and will be called many scornful nicknames other than Israel and Hebrew, which is the N-word, and all these derogatory terms that we was being called for many years, even till this day, right? I know that white guy in the video probably wants to say that shit to him, right? Packed into prisons and jails. That's Isaiah 42:22, right? A non-prosperous people, an oppressed people by the enemies. As we've seen in that video, being oppressed, just minding our business, right? A very religious and members of all religions. You got brothers going in Islam, brothers following after the Chinese religion, brothers going, who knows, probably even following Judaism, right? Or even trying to follow Hindu or Buddha, right? So they're all around the world, and most of all Christianity, but you know, they call the name God, which is the title, Creator, which is the title, and Allah, and you know, all these quote unquote Jesus, right? I don't even put quote unquote around that because they don't even know that that's the veneration of Cesar Borgia, right? And even from him, right, they celebrate, not celebrate, they worship Jesus on a Sunday. And that's, you know, Constantine and the emperors, Constantine and the Romans, Slovakia, you know, they made that day for sun worship, right? Constantine, he changed the day of rest to Sunday for sun worship. Even though he converted to the first Roman emperor to convert to Christianity, he still worshiped the sun, right? But, you know, not too much on that. That's it's just foolishness again. But we're gonna go to some verses, right? Right, and according to this, right, I already explained that, you know, Egypt would mean bondage, right? But we can even read a little bit more into that, right? Talking about us being put in that nation. Actually, before we get to that, let's look at 48. 48 is cut clear. This is why I say if you don't believe with a biblical Hebrew Israelites, fuck off, you know? Therefore, shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord Yahweh shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed you, right? Yoke of iron, you know. You think these you-wish people, these small hats, Amalek, you think these Khazars, right? You think they had a yoke of iron upon their neck? Richest fucking people in the world, by the way. Fuck. Come on, man. Bullshit. 49, right? The Lord Yahweh shall spring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. A nation whose tongue you shall not understand. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor shew favor to the young. Exactly. That's exactly what happened. We in slavery, right? It didn't say, okay, the child, you can go sit in the house and your parents go tend to the field. No. Children being fucking bred to work for them, for these Edomites, right? They didn't give a fuck you was old. They didn't give a fuck you was a kid. Shit. They demasculated fathers in front of their fucking families. Dehumanized them, right? And And look, there's nothing new under the sun. Look what happened in prison today, right? Before we even get to that prison verse, look what happened in prison today. The same shit happened. Right? Fuck out of here, man. Anyways, what else we got? Someone's lost. Look, even right here. I'm surprised I didn't highlight it, right? Even more proof. So that the man that is tender among you, right, and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother, right? I don't even gotta explain this, right? But just to keep it simple, you got black people hating other black people, right? We hate each other. We go on the street, go to Chicago, go to all these other states within America. Shit, even might be outside the country, right? But I'm more versed in what America does. I live here, right? Unfortunately. But, it's part of the curses. That first nation, that's the Edomites. That's America, right? It's bullshit, right? They hate each other. They would kill each other all the fucking time. The rates is up. The killing rates is up, right? And toward the wife of a bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. If that's not fucking obvious, then I don't know what is. Black fathers leaving their children. Come on. Right? And the Lord Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there you shall serve other guys, which I just talked about, very religious people, right? And you being scattered. So, of course, you're going to fall into this shit, which is essentially idolatry, because you have a God, the only God, right? These other gods is made up, Allah made up, all this Hindu made up, Buddha made up, Judaism made up, Allah, all that shit is fake and paganism, right? But, the brothers and sisters don't really know that. They don't know that, right? Not all of them, of course, but a lot of them, they don't know that, right? Which neither you nor your fathers have known. Your fathers never knew them, right? Even wood and stone. That wood represents Christianity, and that stone represents that fucking Islam, represents the Mecca and Saudi Arabia. They go there, excuse me, and they bow down to it, right? They bow down to it, right? So, it's really nothing else I can get into, right? And let's go to Lamentations 4:18. Now, this chapter, you learn that the Most High is punishing Israel for their wickedness, right? Their wickedness, which is very common among our people, even till this fucking day, right? And they shed innocent blood. So that's what this chapter is about. But I want to get at 4:18. They hunt our steps that we cannot go on our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. Right? That's the verse I want to get at. They're hunting our steps that we cannot go on our streets. Right? And funny enough, this verse will make even more sense during Jacob's trouble. Right? Because when our martial law starts coming, people want to rebel, they're not going to sit back and listen to the higher ups of this world, right? They ain't going to do that shit. They don't go outside or do this or fight back. And the result, you being killed off, right? Just the other day, there was a Israelite man being put down on the floor, right? And of course he wasn't resisting, right? He had his hands behind his back. It was all on camera, and they still shot him in the back of his head, right? And right after that, they had a dog maul his neck, mauled him after shooting him in the back of his head, killed him on camera, right? Right? And they have body cams too. But, that's even going to get into my point, right? It's going to get into my point. Whose possessors slay them and hold not themselves guilty. If I'm not mistaken, it should be Zechariah 11:5. But if it's not, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Right? Like, yeah, we just murdered that guy. Ain't shit gonna happen to us. You feel me? The higher ups, they're eating much just like me. You know, I'm good, man. I don't gotta do shit. Yeah. What's the worst that happened to them? They get suspended with pay. With pay. Sometimes without pay, but you end up coming back, right? You come back, go to a different station, or suspended. Just like, in school at least, I'm not too sure if it's the police department, but it should operate that way. In school, you get suspended. What happened? Take a couple of days off, and you come right back. And a lot of times they get suspended with pay, right? They don't go to jail. A few cases where they go to jail, but they don't go to jail. Come on, right? But we're gonna end this back in Lamentations, because that the last two verses, I like them, right? 21 and 22. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. Edom, the same people I was talking about in this very video. The Edomites, right? The white man. Esau, Edom. They're born red, but they're pure white because they had no pigmentation, right? We do, right? For the we can probably go to that verse last, right? Even though I said this would be last, but concerning the world to come, which is Jacob, and the world that end, or the world that we're in right now that's gonna end, that's Esau's world, right? Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto you. You shall be drunken and shall make thyself naked. The punishment of your iniquity is sin, is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry you away into captivity, right? So that's comforting words to us, right? That indignation is going to be poured out without mixture onto the Edomites, right? Read Obadiah, right? He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins, right? So you're going to be sought out. You're going to be, when the nukes hit and you try to hide in underground bunkers, right? You're going to be killed, you're going to be dragged out and killed, right? Because America is, based on prophecy, America is nothing going to be left. Nothing's going to be left. It's going to be barren land, uninhabited by anybody, right? And don't forget, the Lord is one who does kill it, right? So you can't go, I'm going to go deeper. No, the Lord kills, he brings up, right? He creates and destroys all, right? That's how it is. But, should be in Second Esdras. Yeah, Second Esdras 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right? And with that being said, I want to give all honor and praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, for allowing me to make this video. Hopefully you were edified. Lord willing, you will see me in the next video. And with that, I'm going to stay strong. Shalom, shalom.